What's up, guys? CT here on the pre-record. Excited to take you through two lineups that I want to see and that I think we need to see the Knicks put out there for the home straight. And this is essentially a playoff vibe. Now, we know McBride's out up until the end of the regular season. I think best case scenario right before the playoffs. An OG Anunoby, not a long-term thing, but dealing with the sore toenail avulsion. Right, he could be back for Detroit Thursday night. We'll be live post-game. But before we get into it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Great to have you with us. And I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section as I take you through these two lineups. Now, we've got Josh Hart. He's hanging back there. He's hanging back, and I'll explain why. But for this purpose, right, Jeremy Sohan and Jose Alvarado's had 3 games, and 2 games has been amazing. Just fits like a glove. And I'm excited to see Sohan. I think he's really going to help this team. Some people are underrating the pickup. I've seen some people maybe slightly overrate maybe his role on the team, but we'll talk about it now. I think he's going to give this team a lot of versatility. Right. But we'll talk about Sohan, that lineup on the right, in a minute. But the lineup on the left, right, essentially it's Deuce McBride in... like I said, this is a playoff vibe. Deuce isn't going to be back until the playoffs, but Deuce and Brunson together have performed so well. It's been killer. Him and Mitch, especially with Brunson, is a lineup that I think we need to see more of. Now, I think Hart's probably going to continue to start. I'll talk about it later in this record about maybe shrinking Hart's minutes in the playoffs a little bit, but we can discuss that. But essentially, the ball handling and the floor spacing that Brunson and Deuce provide together. Now, my fundamental principle is to not have any more than one non-floor spacer at any given time. Now, in this particular lineup, it's Mitch. Mitch is that non-floor spacer. But you throw in Diawara, right? What does Deuce, McBride, and Brunson mean? They're undersized in the backcourt. So you have 2 jumbo wings with Diawara and with OG Anunoby together. That provides length and the switchability to overcome some of the lack of size with Brunson and Deuce McBride. But essentially, you've got more than one competent ball handling with Deuce and Brunson together. They both play well off ball, provides Brunson with that release in the playoffs. They're going to try to pressure him full court. They are going to try to blitz him, bump, bang, and try to physically wear him down. Right, we've seen it for 3 postseasons in a row now. I don't think Tibbs adjusted well enough, and I want to see Mike Brown adjust better with releasing Brunson of some of that pressure. Now, Hart can play, make, and facilitate. That'll help. But I think Deuce together with Brunson provides just more floor spacing from that perspective. And also point of attack D. Deuce is one of the best that we have at ball screen navigation and point of attack ball pressure too. And look, analytically, we've seen it successful. We need to see more of Deuce with Brunson and together with Mitch. But you throw in with that with OG and Diawara, you've got essentially enough floor spacing and length to work well on both sides, I believe. And that's a lineup I want to see more of when Cat and Hart go to the bench. That could be when you get in your Mitch and Deuce McBride and Diawara when McCall goes to the bench. Now, let us know your thoughts. We flip to the right. Now, enter Jeremy Sohan into the equation now. Right, he's going to play from the get-go because of Deuce McBride's injury. Right, some fans are jumping the gun in terms of what this could mean for the playoffs. Well, I think that's yet to be determined. We have 27 games remaining. If the Knicks can win 20, they'll win 55 games. Right, if they go 20-7, but they'll have a sample size in which they could check how effective Jeremy Sohan can be. Right, how effective can he be? With Deuce out, OG might be out for a couple more games, but I believe in keeping with that principle of only one non-floor spacer at a time. I think Sohan's best opportunities to thrive will be next to Karl Anthony Towns. Right, got to get Cat going with more of these bench lineups. And let me break it down, because Sohan is versatile. He could switch. He could guard some 5s while Cat's guarding some 4s. That could help him stay out of foul trouble. He can still rebound if Cat's out on the perimeter, spacing the floor out. Sohan's best in the dunker spot with his shiftiness and athleticism and his cutting ability, and a 7-foot wingspan can protect the hoop some, especially as a help defender as well. Now, he can handle the ball, so that second unit on the right could have great ball handling, flexibility with Macau, Jose Alvarado, and Landry Shamet, together with Sohan and with Karl Anthony Towns, right? Excellent point of attack defense with those three guys, the three wings, point of attack, ball screen navigation as well. Landry fights over screens, Alvarado, and that'll help, I think, offset some of the weaknesses at the point of attack with Mikal Bridges. We know Mikal Bridges is best in the passing lanes, elite as a help defender, not so much as point of attack with the size and physicality restrictions. He does get bullied a little bit, but with his extra wingspan, that'll help offset. So that's a lineup I could see really successful, man, as well on the right. If you are going to get Sohan some looks, it has to be with Cat, in my opinion. And look, his shooting might improve. We've got Peter Patton here, who's been able to get Hart shooting above 40%. He's been able to get Diawara to shoot over 40%. So we'll see what happens with Jeremy Sohan and his fit. I think he does fit our roster better than San Antonio. So I can understand why people are extremely hyped with this pickup, because I am very hyped with the pickup, but I just want to see it on the floor. And with these particular lineups, I think it'll work really well together with Cat. Now over to Josh Hart. What does that mean for Hart at the moment? Well, he's the 11th guy in this picture, right? This is if when Hart's being subbed out. I do think Hart's going to continue to start, but I do question somewhat, should Hart play more than 30 minutes in the playoffs, right? If he's going to shoot it with confidence and he doesn't hesitate and he's going to continue to shoot it like he is, then he will. If the shooting doesn't continue or he does hesitate and the defense is clamped down, it is going to be tricky playing Hart with another non-floor spacer. But again, that's the versatility, I think, and the options that Hart and Sohan provide, right? You could swap one in, one out. They both provide energy, help rebounding as well. Both are key. And I just think essentially, Sohan will flip in for Hart, can play some power forward minutes off the bench. Hart obviously provides way more playmaking, but I do think Jeremy Sohan provides much better switchability on defense and versatility, toughness, and length with his 7'4" wingspan. And I think probably is a slightly better athlete than Josh Hart as well. He can play above the rim, right? That's another reason why it was such a great pickup, because the Knicks got a lot of guards that play below the rim. Even some of the wings in Diawara is not above the rim kind of guy. Essentially, it's Mitch, Cat, who's not, doesn't have a great leap or a jump, but he can still be above the rim. But Sohan will, and Mikal Bridges, occasionally in transition, but he's not really above the rim kind of guy. OG Anunoby is in the dunker spot, and I think that's going to be a great pickup overall. OG and Sohan could be a great small ball lineup too. We know Mitch Cat could be in foul trouble. Mitch is going to have to ramp up his cardio and his minutes in the road to the playoffs, because he hasn't been really playing heavy minutes, right? Is there a possibility where Sohan and OG could hold the front court down for 3 to 4 minutes a game, possibly, and you go for an extreme, quick lineup, extreme transition lineup? That could be a real option as well, guys. But obviously, look, Jose Alvarado, that second unit offers a lot of point of attack defense and ball handling. Again, more than one ball handler, competent ball handler at a time, will, allow our guys to beat the trap, beat the full court pressure. Your TJ McConnells, Orsar Thompsons, Derek Whites, going to try to pick guys up full court, and having that extra ball handling is key. So I'm hyped. We'll be live post-game versus Detroit on Thursday night. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. But I'm hyped to see Jeremy Sohan make his debut, and we'll find out in these 27 games just how he fits before we settle on any kind of playoff rotation, right? But Huck Porty And Kolek and Clarkson, I think, will remain situational in the playoffs. But up until then, they might see some situational minutes in the regular season with some injuries. But we do have that deep flexibility now, as the Knicks are deeper than the Pacific.